Bolton will wear their traditional white shirts with navy blue shorts and white socks. Fleetwood in a bright yellow and black strip. They've got yellow backs so we can clearly see the numbers from our high vantage point, but black and yellow striped fronts with black shorts and black socks. As we look down from our high vantage point, Bolton will kick from left to right towards a handful of Fleetwood supporters away to our right hand side. Just the 11th meeting between these two sides. Fleetwood have only managed one win from the previous 10 where they have met, and straight away Bolton looking to come forward with Aaron Collins, who switched the play out to the left hand side where it's Randall Williams, showing versatility tonight. Can play as a central midfielder, but tonight he's in a left wing back position as the ball is played to the edge of the Fleetwood area where it's a thumping clearance away from Finlay Potter, 20-year-old Sheffield born, joined in February from Sheffield United's academy. He started both of the Bristol Street Motors games so far this season. You're listening live to this Bristol Street Motors Trophy game live on TalkSport 2. TalkSport, the home of the EFL, and during the next few days will be the home of international football as well, with commentary of both England games coming up on TalkSport. Bolton, though, this evening coming forward with a ball played up to the halfway line to Aaron Collins before it's down the far touchline, and it will be left to go out of play by Finlay Potter for a Fleetwood throw midway inside their own half of the field.
Yeah, I think Bolton have started the better of the two sides at this moment in time. A little bit more comfortable in possession, great starting positions to try and keep possession and work the ball across the back line. Gethin Jones, an experienced campaigner, Forrester and Johnson as well, all comfortable.
This is Matty Virtue on the edge of the area. Ball goes into the edge of the box where it's cleared away. Virtue again will turn for Fleetwood. He's in between two Bolton midfielders, Matete and Jones having a nibble. It's a free kick to Fleetwood, about 25 yards from their own goal, as they were just threatening to get a breakaway there.
Yeah, it's good play as well. It's a good little counter press from Bolton. They're aware of how comfortable they are breaking in possession, Fleetwood, and they were around it instantly to try and regain that ball.
Ball on the near side touchline with Phoenix Patterson, wears number 44 for Fleetwood, as the ball is sent high towards the halfway line where the initial jump was from Ryan Graydon. He's gone down, he stayed down, just keeping an eye on him as he slowly gets his composure to get himself back to his feet, although he's struggling for the moment, clutching his left ankle. His bright yellow boots matching the kit that he's wearing this evening. For the moment at least, no treatment required. In terms of those England games, the first one Thursday, it's a 7:45 kick-off. Greece versus England in the Nations League, live on TalkSport. Join Adrian Durham on Thursday evening. The second game on Sunday, it's a 5:00 kick-off. Join Adrian live from Wembley for England versus the Republic of Ireland. It will be a drop ball inside the centre circle. Bolton, who have won all 4 of their home games against Fleetwood since Fleetwood entered the league, scoring 14 goals. Fleetwood have scored just 5 here at the Tough Sheet Community Stadium during those visits. The first competitive meeting was back in August 2016 in a League One game here that Bolton won by 2-1. Ball is played back to Bolton goalkeeper Nathan Baxter in his second season since joining from Chelsea, where he spent a number of years with their academy. He was an FA Youth Cup winner, a UEFA U-League winner. He's had loans with Hull and Accrington, as well as dropping into non-league with Woking and Solihull, as Bolton just play the ball around the edge of their own penalty area before the pressure is applied on Baxter in the goal by Graydon, who's back to his feet and running comfortably now. It's played up to the halfway line where Bolton had possession, but not for long, and there's a chance to come forward here. Virtue with a ball infield on the halfway line. It's Mark Helm, a former Manchester United academy player, joined in the summer after a long spell with Blackpool. And it's back with Graydon, who again has taken a whack for his troubles, just dropping deep off that front line, and it was a swipe from the debutant Sharples Ahmed.
Yeah, both sides just being guilty of being a little bit sloppy in possession, got in some good positions and give the ball away cheaply, but it's Bolton still that look the more comfortable in possession to me. But they're finding the feet now, Fleetwood, connecting passes. I expect them to get on the ball and play a little bit more in midfield. I know how good they are in that area.
Patterson has gone on the outside, and the left wing back has swung in a really good ball that was headed away on the on the 6-yard line rather than Forrester. But Fleetwood will come again on this left side. It's a ball that's it's sent in by Caden Hughes. It was headed to the edge of the area where it sat up so neatly. 25 yards out. Carl Johnston let it bounce, steadied himself. Bolton didn't close him down. He got his shot away, but it's looped narrowly over the bar. The right wing back with the first effort on goal.
Yeah, just a little bit loose around the edge of the box there, Bolton. They won't like that, but it's a good effort, to be fair, from Carl Johnson. It drops through. His first touch is good, lets it settle. Just tries to dip the keeper from a full 20 yards. It's a good effort, just clears the crossbar.
5 minutes gone here at the Tough Street Community Stadium. Live on TalkSport 2, it's Bolton 0, Fleetwood 0 in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. Final group game for both of these sides. Carl Johnston with the first effort on goal joined Fleetwood as a 16-year-old as Phoenix Patterson goes forward again, gets himself into the box. It's a left-footed cross-come shot that's blocked before Bolton try and come forward down this right side, but the route is blocked off for Cladis Lolos, and he has to go back into his own penalty area before it comes forward into Jay Matete, an experienced figure in the heart of that Bolton midfielder. He's on loan from Sunderland. Just there, John, just this moment in time, he just looks a little bit isolated up there, Adebayo. You know, he's playing that central role on his own. He's got white shirts either side of him looking to join in and connect, but they just can't get him in possession. The ball there up to Adebayo, it slipped under his foot and through to the Fleetwood back line with Caden Hughes, quite a young back three that Fleetwood have got. They've had a real injury crisis amongst their defenders, which has seen Charlie Adam look to his younger players. Fleetwood do have an FA Youth Cup game on Friday, so he wasn't keen to use all of them this evening as Bolton looked to come forward on the halfway line. The ball is spread to this near side towards Dacres Codley, but it was intercepted and Fleetwood back in possession inside their own half, and it will be a turn and a ball back from Caden Hughes to debutant goalkeeper Luke Hewitson, who joined from the Liverpool Academy in the summer. Joined Liverpool as a 15-year-old from Sunderland. He's Newcastle born, the 20-year-old Fleetwood goalkeeper. And it's Fleetwood who had possession over on the far side. Broom taking a touch, delivering the ball back to Finley Potter over on the right side of the field, 20 yards from the Fleetwood goal.
Just look at the starting positions of both wing-backs for Fleetwood, John. They play really high, both Phoenix Patterson and Carl Johnson, looking for that ball down the sides and in behind.
It was a ball that was aimed to Patterson, but it was headed clear by Dacres Codley, Bolton's right wing-back. He's about 30 yards from his own goal. It's won back again by Graydon. He's been busy in the opening 7.5 minutes of the game here on TalkSport 2 as the ball is played back to Nathan Baxter, the Bolton goalkeeper, who started the first 8 league games before injury. He returned on Saturday and conceded 5 in that big defeat at Stockport. Fleetwood, who come into this game on the back of a 1-0 victory at home to Bradford. Poor possession, given away. Phoenix Patterson has it for Fleetwood, but he's quickly closed down, dispossessed by Jay Matete, who was a Bristol Street Trophy runners-up with Plymouth when they played the final against Bolton in 2023. That's the last time Bolton won it. Twice winners of this competition. They're coming forward here, right side of the penalty area. A ball into the feet of Adebayo, and it's a great shot. He had his back to goal on the penalty spot, and he's just turned and hooked it goalwards towards the bottom right corner as we look. But it's a super save by the debutant Luke Hewitson. Yeah, it's a great ball in by Lolos. Just pulls it back to that 6-yard box, and he's falling away a little bit, Adebayo, but he gets his body over the ball and fashions a shot that hits the target. It's a great save from the young keeper, because if he doesn't get a hand on that, that's going in the back of the net. Adebayo has scored 3 this season, 1 in this competition. The first corner of the evening is a short one to the edge of the area, but Fleetwood are there to make the interception, and they're going to keep possession with Phoenix Patterson adjacent with his own 18-yard box. He will play it into the area where it's Potter who will chip the ball up towards the halfway line. It's headed down by the number 7 Ryan Graydon, and Fleetwood moving the ball from left to right, and now it's Broom over on the right touchline, about 15 yards inside the Bolton half. He will go back to his halfway line. We've had 9.5 minutes here on TalkSport 2. It's Bolton 0, Fleetwood 0, but Fleetwood are gradually moving down the field. It's Carl Johnson on the edge of the box, but they've seen a route back to the halfway line as Fleetwood keep possession. They keep it patient. And again, they get to the back three. They move it across the back three, and they come forward again with Caden Hughes looking to play the ball into the centre of the Bolton half of the field, but it was intercepted by the debutant Sonny Sharples Ahmed, and Bolton have it inside their own penalty area.
Yeah, I think both sides are really comfortable in possession. You know, they read game well. They're both looking to press one another and make it difficult to play forward passes.
Long ball towards Adebayo. He will hold the ball up on the far side. He did really well before Liam Shaw, the centre of that back three, came across. However, his clearance is set straight to Lolos, and then Bolton will build on the edge of the area. There's an overlapping run on this near side by Gethin Jones. The Bolton captain, ball in at the near post, is headed away by Hughes, and it will be another Bolton corner. We've had 10.5 minutes on TalkSport 2. Bolton 0, Fleetwood 0.
Yeah, great build down this right hand side. Just starting to overload on Fleetwood a little bit, Bolton. Got composure when they're playing the passes around, just find that space and get the cross in, but it's headed wide and really well defended at the near post.
Randall Williams will take the Bolton corner down on the right side in front of the Fleetwood fans. It's curling towards goal and all the way through and out for a goal kick. 11 minutes gone. Bolton 0, Fleetwood 0 on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, it's a decent ball in, to be fair. It's in that far post area, but everybody seems to get under the ball. You know, you're looking at such as Adebayo just coming on the end of that, attacking the back stick. Also the big centre backs, you know, Forrester and Johnson coming around that area, but particularly with the young keeper Hewitson for Fleetwood. But the ball sails over the back and out for a goal kick. Play starts again with Fleetwood looking to build from the back. Fleetwood will build again, their 13th season as a league side. Most of them have been in League One. They had 2 seasons before they got promoted. They were relegated last season twice. They've got to the area final of this competition. That's the best they've done. As I mentioned before, Bolton, twice they have won this competition, the last in 2023, the previous one back in 1989. On both occasions they scored 4 goals in the final. Ball is moved to the near side for Bolton, where it's Gethin Jones, long serving captain, coming infield with Mark Helm. Warrington born, joined from Burton in the summer, and Bolton happy to play it into their back line. This is George Johnson forward into the midfield area to Lolos, who will look forward. It's a chip ball down this right hand side where it's Josh Dakers-Cogley. He will lay the ball back to a shot from 35 yards out from Lolos. Didn't catch that at all right. It came off the side of his boot and he shanked it well wide. We've had 12.5 minutes on TalkSport 2. Bolton 0, Fleetwood 0. Yeah, it's a good effort, to be fair. He just doesn't catch it right. He drops on it in a good position. It's a great build to get him in there. But he's looked dangerous, Lolos. He's almost like he's got a free roll in midfield. I mean, he's lined up on this right-hand side of the 3 at this minute, but he's popped up in all sorts of areas. 24-year-old Athens-born, arrived in the summer from Crawley, a former Plymouth Academy player. As Bolton send it to the far side, Randall Williams, 20 yards from his own goal. He's closed down by Broom. He plays it infield to Johnston, just inside his own penalty area, left-hand side. Broom will make shuttle runs between the 2 players before it goes back to goalkeeper Baxter inside his 6-yard area. So an awkward ball to Gethin Jones, but he keeps possession, goes back to Matete. Really good skill, lovely turn. Composure from the midfielder, but then his pass is intercepted by Broom, who can direct it back to goalkeeper Hewitson from the halfway line. Yeah, initially it's a great play by Matete. Just opened his body up and dropped his shoulder and strode in field, but then too casual with the pass, and it just stops the momentum that Bolton are trying to build. Fleetwood coming into this game with just 2 wins from their last 7, including the one against Bradford at the weekend. The other one was in this trophy, a 3-0 home win against Barrow that has set them up for this final game of the group tonight, knowing that if they win, they will go through. If Bolton win, they will go through. A draw, and it's all then subject to the penalty shootout that all of these games go to, should it be a draw, for the additional points, and whoever wins that penalty shootout will progress with Aston Villa through to the knockout stages of Group D. It's TalkSport 2, it's live Bristol Street Trophy Motors action here at the Tough Sheet Community Stadium this evening. Don't forget, we've got the TalkSport breakfast tomorrow from 6 with Ali McCoist and Troy Deeney. Here this evening, Bolton threatening to come forward, but it's an interception, a good tackle from Ryan Graydon, looking to link up with his strike partner Cian Harrott as they come over the halfway line. It's a real tussle between Graydon and Sonny Sharples Ahmed.
There's number 48 making his debut tonight. The 19-year-old, he signed pro in April 2023. He's been with the club since the under-8 age group. Made his debut November last year as a late substitute in this trophy. And his only appearance this season was as a substitute in the Carabao Cup win against Shrewsbury. But he's settled into life all right as a first teamer this evening on his first start, Neil.
Yeah, he's looked bright. He's looked really good. I mean, both sides are really comfortable in possession, like I said. You know, they really impressed me first 20 minutes against Bradford City, did Fleetwood. You know, don't try and go back to front. They try and build through the thirds. They get on the ball, they'll pass it. They're dragging this Bolton side around the pitch at this moment in time. They're starting to come comfortable now with the surroundings. You know, they're not overawed in this, even though they've got some younger players in there as well. But, you know, it's just finding that final moment where they can get their noses in front.
And after saying all of that, from the back, they've gone long with Potter, which has gone all the way through to Baxter.
Yeah, I'm like you as well. Really impressed with Ryan Graydon so far. He's looked really bright and busy. They're almost playing with like a front three, if you like, with Graydon on the left, obviously Ryan Harrott down the middle. And they look really bright. You know, when they've got the ball, they look like they're capable of creating. They look like they've got good timing to the movement. And the back line, they're looking to go straight into the front.
Bolton looking to build from the back with Baxter playing the ball short to Will Forrester, plays in the middle of that Bolton back three. It's into Matete, controls on the halfway line. He was just caught slightly by Mark Helm. I think Matete was happy to play on, but the free kick given by the referee Elliot Bell. We've had 16 minutes here on Talk Sport 2, Bolton 0, Fleetwood 0 in the Bristol Street Trophy this evening. In fact, it was a drop ball in the end, with the referee getting in the way of play, which is why he paused proceedings as Fleetwood win the ball back just inside their own half. But from the right centre-back Liam Shaw, he will go back to debutant goalkeeper Luke Hewitson. Did play once in this competition for Liverpool's under-21 side in September of 2022. They lost 1-0 at Rochdale.
I don't know if it's me, John, but I was just looking at Bolton now, and, you know, they have looked comfortable in possession, but, you know, after a 5-0 defeat away, you're just looking for a little bit more urgency, a little bit more devil. I know it's, you know, there's not many people in the stadium and all that, but you're looking for a reaction, you know, and if you were Ian Evatt, you'd be quite disappointed with these earlier exchanges. You know, you'd want a little bit more, particularly against a side that's, you know, of a lower division.
Matete giving possession away, 35 yards out, fell to Harrott. They've moved it to the right-hand side, Fleetwood. This is Broom, lovely underlapping run and a chance to pull it back from the byline, and a big miss. It did take a deflection as it came to Ryan Graydon, just bounced awkwardly after it hit the boot of a Bolton defender. He's leant back and he's fired it over the bar, but by far the clearest chance of the game after 17 and a half minutes. Bolton 0, Fleetwood 0, live on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, great interplay down this right-hand side, and it's a good pull back to that second 6-yard box, and I think it's Phoenix Patterson that ends up with the shot in the end, but he's a little bit more time than what he thinks. You know, as that ball comes back to him, there's not a white shirt anywhere near him, and he tries for the first time shot, which he gets underneath, which skies over the bar. If he could have had a first touch, I think that could have ended in a goal.
Bolton with a warning shot from this young Fleetwood side. The win at the weekend for Fleetwood did end a run of 5 without a win in all competitions, as Dacres Cogley chases a long ball into the corner of the field on this right side for Bolton, and he's managed to deliver a low ball that was hurriedly cleared by Shaw by the penalty spot for Fleetwood. It will come out to Sharples Ahmed, just in an inside right position, midway inside the Fleetwood half. It's a quick exchange of pass with Matete, the loanee from Sunderland. He's facing his own goal as it's gone further back to the halfway line. Bit of frustration from the home crowd below us as it goes into the Bolton defence once more with Johnston, and they keep the ball just close to the halfway line. Matete looking for the pass. You can hear the frustration now, it's growing amongst the home crowd. And then Dacres Cogley miscontrols. He's furious with himself, with a hop, skip and a jump and an anguished look to the sky as he gives Fleetwood a throw.
Yeah, just some of the anguish is aimed at Jay Matete there, just taking his time on the ball, having too many touches when you need ball speed to go cut through this Fleetwood backline. You know, and it just gives them a chance to get back into the shape. As soon as they get back in the shape, they're nice and solid, there's no space to find, and end up playing the ball out of play. Bolton, very frustrating for them.
It's the voice of former Leeds manager Neil Redfern. We've had 19 and a half minutes of this Bristol Street Trophy Motors game. It's Bolton 0, Fleetwood 0, live on TalkSport 2. Bolton beaten 5-0 at Stockport the weekend. It did end a run of 6 wins in 8 league games. It took them out of the top 6. They have dropped to 10th. They won't be in action at the weekend due to the international break. They were due to travel to Rotherham. Last season they got to the northern quarter-finals of this competition, beaten by Blackpool on penalties. It's Fleetwood from League 2, moving nicely down the far side of the field. Their right, Matty Virtue will tee the ball up to Carl Johnston. Thought about the cross, he's giving it back to Virtue, 18 yards out, a low ball that's come in. Forrester will control with his chest, and there's a chance of a break, but the early ball over the top was blocked by Mark Helm in the centre of the Bolton half of the field.
Yeah, just a lack of urgency in people wanting to run forward and support Adebayo, because he's really isolated up there. You know, there's 2 either side of him. Let's look at the jaw in Lolos and Ahmed, but they're not really getting up with him.
Bakers Cogley with a chance to come forward down the right. Looked as though Collins could be offside, but the flag has stayed down as he gets into the penalty area. A cross that deflected, and Luke Hewitson, the debutant goalkeeper, taking charge of the situation, clearly shouted and came and claimed low down 6 yards from his goal.
Yeah, good 5 yards offside for me. I don't know what the linesman's thinking there. He's almost, he's in line with play. I mean, he's right up and it's right in front of him, to be honest with you. I don't know why he can't make the decision. Bolton 0, Fleetwood 0.
Live on Talk Sport 2, more EFL action at the weekend. 12:30 on Saturday, League 1, Talk Sport 2, exclusive of Exeter versus Lincoln. Join Ian Danter and the former Scotland striker Chris Wellamo. And then on 3 o'clock on Saturday, Stockport versus Wrexham. Either side of that, we've got WSL action on Talk Sport for Tottenham and Arsenal, the North London derby. And later on Saturday evening, TalkSport 2 has Chelsea versus Manchester City in the Women's Super League. Sunday, Women's Super League coverage continues with Everton versus Liverpool, live from Goodison Park, and that's on TalkSport 2. Bolton close to the halfway line, a ball that's played straight to Mark Helm, and the anguish amongst the home crowd continues to grow as they give possession away. On the left side for Fleetwood, it's a switch of play by Graydon towards Johnston, the right wing back. It's a header into the penalty area, but it will be cleared away over on the far side of the box, and it's up to Adebayo on the halfway line, but he's muscled out of that by Liam Shaw. And Fleetwood, who are having the better of possession, they've had the best chance of the game so far. It's still 0-0 live on TalkSport 2. Nearly 22 and a half minutes gone.
I think they definitely look the better side in possession. I think possession stats are probably quite similar, but they've used the ball far better than Bolton. They've been really laboured with the passing, Bolton. They've gone down blind alleyways. They've given possession away cheap, but they look really comfortable, this Fleetwood side. They moved it quickly. They've got good young players that are capable of dealing with the ball in tight areas. It's good play.
Fleetwood feels like they've kept it for an age here. They're just moving it from left to right to the halfway line and back again. Now it's back with Hewitson, their goalkeeper, all in purple, just coming a couple of yards outside of his penalty area, exchanging the pass with Liam Shaw, the right centre back, before he does flick one to the halfway line. He was aimed towards Cian Harrott on loan with Fleetwood, and it will be in then to Ryan Graydon. Tries to turn but dispossessed, but then as quick as Bolton get it, they give it away again, this time to Phoenix Patterson on the near side. He's gone with an early ball over the top, looking for Harrott. Too much on that, bounces through to Nathan Baxter, the Bolton goalkeeper. Yeah, he'll be really disappointed with this last 5-10 minutes. The passing's been sloppy, Bolton. They keep giving the ball away. Also lovely ball in between the lines, and Bakers Cogley gets in behind, and he's fouled right on the edge of the area by Caden Hughes. Bolton had opened up that Fleetwood defence there. It will be a yellow card for Caden Hughes. Comfortable decision for the referee. Yeah, it's a great ball inside him. It just gives him that option to play it there. He's got too close to his man. It'd been better showing him the player and letting him play the ball and then going and closing him down, but he's there too early, and he opens up the space in behind him and offers that pass, and it's a great pass to find him. Just cuts the defender out of the way, and it is a foul. It is a free kick. Takes the man, and it's in a decent position, this, for Bolton, almost on the apex of the box to the right where we are sat. There's a few that fancy this one. Immediately it's Randall Williams, who has been taking the corners on this right side. He's come from his left wing back position. He was joined initially by George Johnston, but he's left. He's gone and stood in the D on the edge of the area. Jay Matete is about 5 or 6 yards away from the ball. So it looks as though it will be Randall Williams, who's scored 1 goal so far this season. That came in a league game, a 2-1 win here against Bolton back in October. As Williams takes a couple of strides back, he's adjacent with the ball rather than running at it, and it is Williams, and he's whipped it in. It took a deflection, and that is a super save from the debutant Luke Hewitson. Clearly wrong-footed. He was going to his left, but he's quickly adjusted himself, and he's thrown his body to his right, and he's tipped the ball away for a corner. Yeah, take a bow, young man. That's an outstanding save. It's no right to save that, really, because, you know, it struck the wall, didn't really do its job. The ball's gone through the wall. It's a good strike from Randall Williams. It's got pace on it, and he's going the wrong way altogether, and he just deflects himself all the way back, and it's a great little tip round the post. Great save. 25 and a half minutes gone. Still Bolton 0, Fleetwood 0. Live on TalkSport 2. Bristol Street Trophy Motors action. But after Fleetwood have had the better of things, it's Bolton who have come the closest. And now the corner is sent in, but it's a powerful header out to the edge of the area, and that will be in. And what a stunning shot that's found the back of the net from Aaron Collins. At least 30 yards out. The heady clearance came to him, took a touch, and he's driven it low, hard and true through a crowd of bodies. And Hewitson, who was excellent a moment ago with a save, he could do nothing with that one. He's beaten, and it's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0. Yeah, that's all about the technique of the strike. An unbelievable strike from Aaron Collins. As the ball drops to him, I think Fleetwood are really disappointed. There's nobody on the edge of the box to go and confront him. I don't know their corner against routine or the setup defending in and around the box, but he's absolutely on his own. As that ball drops to him, doesn't think about taking a touch, he just strikes it beautifully first time. It's fully 25 yards out, and it gives Hewitson absolutely no chance. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0, live on TalkSport 2. Aaron Collins with his 4th of the season, his 2nd in this competition. He scored in the 3-2 win at Barrow, and that's a goal that will, if things stay the same, long way to go, would secure Bolton's place in the knockout stages with Aston Villa from this group. But Phoenix Patterson is looking for an immediate reply, gets to the byline, low ball in. Bolton had 4 defenders at that near post. Fleetwood players had gone to the back post. It was easily cleared, and then Fleetwood looking to break with the goal scorer. Collins is shaken off one challenge as he's midway inside the Fleetwood half, coming down the right hand side. He's got the ball hugging the touchline, and then as he went one way, the ball stayed where it was, and he lost possession, albeit briefly. It comes back to Dacres Cogley, his ball from the right hand side, 20 yards out. Fleetwood have cleared. Feels like Fleetwood are absolutely shell shocked from that goal. Yeah, and if you think about it, really, it's probably come against a run of play. I mean, they've been the better of the two sides, Fleetwood, so far. You know, they've dealt with the ball better, they've looked more comfortable, they've moved it better, they've been a bit sharper, a little bit quicker. But that just changes the picture altogether now. What a fantastic strike from Collins. Gethin Jones with the ball forward, but giving possession away. Here's Phoenix Patterson. Nice ball to the halfway line. First time ball by Graydon. But he can't get there before Gethin Jones, who will steer the ball back to Nathan Baxter inside his penalty area to the left as we look, all in sky blue. The Bolton goalkeeper gets it back from Gethin Jones. In his 5th season now with Bolton, the Australian born, former Everton Academy player. Did have 1 season with Fleetwood, made 19 appearances, but he's played well over 150 appearances for Bolton, who lead at the moment. 28 and a half minutes gone. Live on TalkSport 2. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0. Yeah, you were just looking and trying to think where that little bit of quality was going to come from. You know, and he's shaped up a couple of times now, Collins, to try and get a shot away, but he's never had the opportunity. But that just sat up perfect for him. Just nestled in the back of the net. What, 25 yards out? Fantastic strike. We were hearing some moans and groans from the Bolton fans. That might just settle them down slightly, although there's another misplaced pass there. Yeah, on a cold night, that's the sort of thing that warms you through. Bovrill's at the ready. Hewitson will go long, the Fleetwood goalkeeper, towards Graydon on the halfway line, leaping high, but couldn't get the contact to try and find Harrod, who was behind him. Harrod's got 2 goals in this competition on loan from Huddersfield. Had a previous loan spell at Bradford. He's stayed true to the north, the Fleetwood striker. as Bolton have possession now on the halfway line. It's with Will Forrester, and he looks for a diagonal ball to this right hand side where it's Dacres Cogley. Looked to get a first time touch away and into the penalty area, but Phoenix Patterson, Fleetwood's left wing back, was there to deal with the danger, and then Harrott just overhit a pass that could have gone through to Graydon. In the end, it's gone through to Baxter in the Bolton goal.
Yeah, he's too anxious to get that ball away from him there, to be fair. Harrott, he's just got to take that in and let play develop around him. He's got good supporting runs. You know, he's got Ryan Graydon up there, he's got Broom supporting him. He's just got to take it in and make it stick.
Bolton unbeaten in their last 5 home games after they didn't win in their first 4 here at the Tough Sheet Community Stadium. Here's Graydon coming forward for Fleetwood down the centre of the field. He got to about 25 yards out before Aaron Collins, the goal scorer, came back to dispossess him, but Collins giving possession away, and Broom has it now on the right for Fleetwood, 18 yards from the goal with his back to goal. It's gone towards the halfway line before it comes infield to Mark Helm. Fleetwood with possession just inside the Bolton half. It's a ball looking to get in behind down the right hand side. It was Carl Johnston chasing, and Fleetwood have got themselves a corner.
Yeah, that's a couple of times he's got down the sides, Carl Johnson. Times he's run really well for a wing back. There's good defending, there's good tracking all the way to take him back there from Randall Williams. Just gets his body in and makes it difficult for him and forces it out for a corner. But they've had a little bit of a response, Fleetwood. You know, they're not out of this. They know they can find their way back in it if they keep connecting passes and keep getting in front of goal.
Phoenix Patterson has gone across from the left wing back position to place the ball in the quadrant on the far side. Joined from Waterford in Ireland, born in High Wycombe. It's right-footed. He's clearly one they've worked on the training ground, but it's not worked there. He's drilled one towards the penalty spot, but Bolton, with players in that area, able to clear. Yeah,
I'm sure that weren't one of them. It was a damp squib all the way across. Easy to clear for Bolton.
Broom on the right side, delays the cross. He does have Patterson on that near side with him. Bolton with Randall winning it back, facing up to his own goal, plays it infield. A Bolton clearance, but a handball by the Fleetwood midfielder. And a free kick for Bolton. We've had 31 and a half minutes live on TalkSport 2. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0 in the Bristol Street Trophy Motors group game.
Yeah, just been watching Aaron Collins' movement. You know, he times his runs really well from midfield. You know, he's almost playing in that false 10 role, along with Kolos, who's joined the front as well, the 17. He's another one that's really bright in possession.
It's a high ball that Forrester will bring down from the skies and plays it back to Baxter, closed down by Broom. Good work by the Bolton goalkeeper, slides the ball into the feet of Matete. 30 yards from his own goal, then it goes to the left centre-back, George Johnston, puts his foot on the ball as he gets to the halfway line, plays it square to Matete. He drops the ball on this right side where it's Dacres Cogley. He's got the overlapping run of Gethin Jones, but he goes back to Matete again, a key part of this move as Bolton slowly move through the field. It comes to Sonny Sharples Ahmed, and then over to the left-hand side to Randall Williams, back to the halfway line as Bolton keep possession, probably the best spell of possession they've had in the game. They lead 1-0 against Fleetwood, and it's worked really well, and Jones will be in behind down the right side. He's got 3 to pull it back to, but it was cleared inside the 6-yard area by Finley Potter, the Fleetwood defender. Cleared as far as Matete, a low driven shot from the angle that Hewitson makes a comfortable save from.
Yeah, they're just starting to show the quality now, Bolton. It's a great run by Gethin Jones. He just steps in and he makes that overlapping run, that third man run, if you like. It's almost like an up, back and through, and he gets himself right in front of goal. And you're thinking that ball's going to come right along the 6-yard line, and his ball in's not the best, to be honest with you. But they regain it in Matete, and he strikes decent. It's a good save from the young keeper, Hewitson.
Sharples Ahmed has played a good ball too. Collins on the left side of the penalty area, and it's a header that comes in from Adebayejo, but it was just couldn't quite get the contact on it. He was always stretching, he was always kind of running backwards. He's got a header on it, but it's fallen wide. We've had 33 and a half minutes. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0, live on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, these last 10-15 minutes has had a lot more support as Adebayejo. He's played that lone striker role, if you like, but Aaron Collins and Lolos, Cledo Lolos has got around him and given him good support. They've run beyond him as well. The ball's starting to stick when it goes into him, and they're looking far more menacing now, Bolton.
2 England games coming up for your listening pleasure on TalkSport this week. On Thursday, Greece versus England. Join Adrian Durham and the team for live commentary. Kick-off is at 7:45, and then on Sunday, 5 o'clock live from Wembley. Join Adrian and the gang. England versus the Republic of Ireland. Both games live on TalkSport.
They won a result against Greece, won't they, England, after that?
And trying to get another one over Ireland following the recent win. Grealish and Rice on target there. There's been a few dropouts from the England squad. There'll still be a strong side. Offside flag raised here at the Tushik Community Stadium, approaching the 35th minutes of this Bristol Street Trophy Motors game. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0.
It's been a good game, hasn't it? Some good football. Both sides have looked to try and get down and pass it. I've been really impressed with Fleetwood at times in moments in the game. They move the ball quick. It's almost like a 3-4-3 that they've adopted, and when the wing backs get forward, they get the numbers up with the front. But to be fair, Bolton have produced that moment of magic that edges them in front. It's a fantastic strike from Collins, and they're just starting to grow and show the quality now, Bolton.
Fleetwood away from home, lost 2 and drawn 1 of their last 3. That was after back-to-back wins against Walsall, where they scored 6 goals at the Bescott Stadium, and they beat Cheltenham 2-0. Bolton beaten just twice here on their own patch this season, against Huddersfield and against Exeter. They are the team, if you want to see goals, twice this season. They've conceded 5 in the Carabao Cup against Arsenal at the weekend against Stockport. They conceded 4 against Huddersfield, but they've scored 4 on 2 occasions, and they beat Reading 5-0 here as well. Hopefully more goals on the agenda this evening. 1 so far, Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0. Fleetwood in possession, midway inside their own half, but it's been won back by Adebayaja, 30 yards from the Fleetwood goal. Then it's Matete a few yards behind him. Fleetwood with numbers behind the ball. Matete looking for a pass, but he's played it straight off Harrott, and Broom with a chance to come forward for Fleetwood. He was tripped by Johnston as he's approaching the halfway line, and that will be a free kick for Fleetwood.
Yeah, they've done that 2 or 3 times now, Bolton, where they've given the ball away, but the reaction's good. I'm not saying that giving the ball away is good, but the reaction to try and win it back has been excellent, and they've done that on 2 or 3 occasions. It's obviously something that Ian Evatt is really strong about and wants to try and get his players to have that mindset, and they've done it 2 or 3 times, and one nearly led to a goal, to be fair.
Broom picking up possession under pressure from George Johnston. It's gone back to goalkeeper Hewitson, and Johnston, one of the central defenders, went chasing Hewitson all the way. Fleetwood might be able to take advantage of the man that's missing, and here's Broom as he comes into the Fleetwood half. Lovely skill to get beyond Johnson, who's tracking back to that defensive position. He's moved it to the left to Patterson, coming into a central area. Then it's Virtue. Fleetwood doing well to keep possession, but then at the last moment the ball into the right side was intercepted as it was towards Johnson, but Fleetwood have it back, but a crossfield pass comes off Collins before it drops to Broom, still on the edge of the area. Maybe a shooting chance for Broom for Fleetwood. He tried to feed it into that right hand side to the midfield runner that was being made from Virtue, but Bolton pick up possession again. However, they're playing it dangerously inside their own penalty area, and Broom, he's threatening to win it back over on the far corner, but it's good skill on that far side by Forrester, and Bolton eventually will get it clear through goalkeeper Baxter.
Yeah, I mean, it all looked a little bit tight in and around the box there for Fleetwood. Need to be a little bit more expansive, or try and get some runners, try and get some overloads down the sides. I mean, it was wide open for that. They look a little bit narrow when they defend Bolton.
Free kick. It was Gethin Jones who went into the back of the Fleetwood striker Ryan Graydon, another one of the Irish contingent, Dublin born, in his 2nd season with Fleetwood since joining from Derry, formerly with Bohemians and with Bray. He's got 5 goals this season. He's not scored in his last 8. He has looked a bit of a threat for Fleetwood as we head towards the 39th minute of this game. It's live on TalkSport 2. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0.
Yeah, they just need that little bit more quality in the final third, don't they, Fleetwood? Their approach play, I mean, from tee to green, they've looked really good. They're comfortable playing through, and the strikers have made good movement, but they've never really got in front of goal.
Chase is on here from a headed clearance, but Gethin Jones will allow that to drop out for a Bolton throw midway inside their own half. The Bolton number 2, the skipper, throws it back to Nathan Baxter. Started the game at Barrow in this competition. Didn't play in the game against Aston Villa, which Bolton drew here rather than went to a penalty shootout, which Villa won. That's why they're top of the group, as Baxter has it now inside his own 6-yard area. Comes around 12 yards from his goal as he looks up the field, but then he plays it short to Gethin Jones, corner of the penalty area, right hand side, into the feet of Lolos. He'll be keeping an eye on the Greece versus England game as well, Greek board. As Bolton move it from right to left, and there's a chance to come forward here from Thompson. He's got Adebayo on the edge of the box, wanted it played into his feet, but Bolton come back. It's with Collins, it's a lovely reverse ball, and it's Williams. If he can keep it in on the byline, he does stretch, he slides to keep it in. In fact, he hasn't. Goalkeeper had made a comfortable save anyway. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too big, the pass. Give him too much to do, but that's better again from Bolton. They've had the better moments, Bolton, you know, when they've looked more dangerous, looked like the side that can go and get that other goal, but still a tight game, there's still nothing in it.
There's a chance to turn here inside the Fleetwood half from Lolas. He sends it back to Gethin Jones, playing as a right centre-back today, as you can see by the number 2. He is normally a right back or a right wing-back. He is coming back from a long-term injury. Additional minutes tonight will help his recovery. As I mentioned earlier, no league game for either of these two due to international call-ups at the weekend. That's a heavy pass from Lolas, and Dacres Cogley won't be able to get there. Fleetwood throw, 40 minutes gone. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0, live on TalkSport 2.
That's that little pocket of space, Lolas again though, brilliant. Just in between the midfield and the back line of Fleetwood. And they find him with a good pass. Gets turned and is aware of the space so he can get turned. He's just overhit his pass slightly. But again, Lolas and Collins have looked really good in them little attacking positions.
Athens-born Lolas scoring Bolton's last home league game, which was a 1-0 win here against Peterborough. Bolton have a free kick on the halfway line, which has been taken by Gethin Jones, sends it into the centre circle where it's George Johnston who can venture forward, but he's given possession away. Here's Harrott on the halfway line, sliding in with Sharples Ahmed, the youngster making his first Bolton start this evening. Gets a ripple of applause from the home crowd below us. There's a sparse Tough Sheet Community Stadium. We're pretty much on our own in the top tier of the main stand. The Bolton supporters are below us in the lower tier, with a handful of Fleetwood supporters away to our right hand side in the away section. It means the voices of everyone is echoing around the ground, as Fleetwood had possession over on the far side of the field. It's played infield by Carl Johnston, the right wing back, as Fleetwood look to try and come forward. They started the game really brightly, but an Aaron Collins goal has given Bolton the lead, and they threaten to come forward again here with Collins. Checks back onto his left foot, 35 yards out. Halts play, almost slows it down so he can pick the pass, which is square to Matete. Then it goes to the left hand side to Randall Williams, 20 yards from the Fleetwood goal, coming in from the far touchline, and still he comes, Randall Williams, looking for the options ahead of him, but Fleetwood with numbers back mean a pass forward would be an intricate one, and they've cut that route out, so Bolton keep possession closer to the halfway line with Matete, and then with Jones on the right side, who can come forward for Bolton. He allows Dacres Cogley to take up possession. Collins turns away, looked like a foul by Caden Hughes, who has been booked as well. Fleetwood have it inside their own penalty area. It's cleared up towards Harrott, who was looking for the neat layoff on the halfway line to Graydon, but in doing so he's given Bolton possession again, and the offside flag is raised. We've had 43 minutes here on TalkSport 2 in the Bristol Street Trophy Motors game. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0.
Yeah, just looking at Ian Everett, he's getting a little bit aerated with the fourth official. Obviously there's a little bit of a linker play there, and the Bolton player coming back from an offside position. The linesman flags for that, but I don't think Ian Everett agrees.
It will go back to Fleetwood's goalkeeper Luke Hewitson. Fleetwood without a couple of goalkeepers tonight, including Jay Lynch, who we thought would start. He is their second choice. He celebrated the birth of his second child earlier today, hence his absence from proceedings. And then the other goalkeeper, David Harrington, despite being born in Cork, he's away with Wales on international duty. It has provided an option for 17-year-old Ollie Beliza, who's a 17-year-old goalkeeper coming through the Fleetwood Academy. I suppose it's what this competition has been about over a number of years, Neil, is that opportunity to blood youngsters and give them that taste of first team football.
Yeah, I mean, it's been talked about a lot, hasn't it, about giving opportunity, and it's definitely done that, you're right.
Randall Williams will cross from the left, and Hewitson came but didn't get there. It was low across the ground. He came diving from his goal, but no one close enough in a Bolton shirt to take advantage. Lolas was probably the nearest. It's come through to this right side, but Jones can't control and Fleetwood will have a throw as we go into the final 30 seconds of normal time. Live on TalkSport 2, Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0.
Yeah, that's an absolutely cracking ball from Randall Williams. Gets down the side again. Looked really good down that left-hand side. Just whips it right across the 6-yard box, and he gets caught coming. The young keeper, Luke Ewinson, he just didn't get anything on it. If somebody had been coming in the back stick for Bolton, it would have just been a tapping.
Bolton have almost grown into this game, particularly since the goal that was scored by Aaron Collins 26 minutes into it. Hewitson, the Fleetwood goalkeeper, with an up and under to the halfway line, but first to it was George Johnston before Cian Harrott could get their ball falling out of play on the far side for what will be a Fleetwood throw. Fleetwood's only win against Bolton in 10 attempts was December 2021. It was at Highbury. It was a 3-0 win in League One. Harrison Biggins scoring a couple. Ricardo Santos was sent off, not involved tonight, the Bolton defender, given an evening of rest. As it's with Bolton, albeit only briefly, as the half-time whistle goes. Well, there's a rarity. We had no added time at the end of that first half. So in the second half, Fleetwood, in their bright yellow and black striped shirts, will kick from left to right towards their small army of supporters, the Cod Army. To our right-hand side, Bolton in their white shirts kick from right to left. No changes for either side at the break, which is also surprising in this composition where managers like to shake things up, but it is the last group game. It is a case of the winner of this team guarantees themselves a place in the knockouts. They take place on week commencing the 9th of December. TalkSport will have you more than covered in terms of the knockout stages and all the way through to the final in April at Wembley. The Bolton side, Baxter in goal, Jones, Forrester and Johnston, a back three, Dacres, Cogley and Williams, the wing-backs, Matete, Lolas and Sharples, Ahmed in midfield with Collins and Adebayo up front. Fleetwood with Hewitson in goal, a debut for him. He made a cracking save in the first half. World class, I think we described it as. Short, Potter and Hughes is a back three. Johnston and Patterson are their wing-backs. Virtue, Broom and Helm in midfield, although Broom is pushing forward with Harrods and Graydon as a front two. Bolton have started the game with the ball inside their own penalty area before a chip ball up to the halfway line where it's Lolas, Athensborn bringing it down inside the centre circle before he feeds it to the left wing back on this near side, George Johnston. Then it's a direct ball by Forrester, looking for the pace on the right side of Dacres. Cogley, the right wing back, has got forward, but he couldn't keep possession, although I think he's claiming that the final touch was off Phoenix Patterson. I think he's claiming a corner there. Yeah, I think he just a little bit clumsy with his final touch there. To be fair, Dacres, Cogley, it's a good run again. Both wing backs have got in some really good positions for Bolton again, but could do with being a little bit more thoughtful with what he was doing in that final third, because if he could have just kept that in and kept the momentum of the attack, they would have been in a good position, Bolton. Matete in the centre of the field, playing it back into the Bolton central defenders, and it comes over the halfway line towards Adebayo, but he couldn't keep possession, and Fleetwood mopping things up once again, and it's a long clearance from debutant goalkeeper Hewitson towards the halfway line. Bolton winning it back, but only briefly. It's Virtue and then Helm, the two midfielders, get to the halfway line before it goes to the left wing back, Phoenix Patterson. His ball into Virtue was short really, and it did allow it to be picked up in the midfield area, and Bolton having it back close to their own 18-yard area. It's moved to the left wing back, Randall Williams. He touches it back to Thompson and across to Forrester to the right of the D. He will be closed down by Harrott, and Broom will close down Forrester on this near side before it's brought under control by the goal scorer Aaron Collins. A cracker in the first half from range, his fourth goal of the season, giving Bolton this narrow advantage as we go into the second half. Here's Broom for Fleetwood, and he's got space to run into on the right hand side. He's into the penalty area, weighing up his options, checks back onto his left foot. He's slipped as he does so, but he's pulled it back to the edge of the area where Fleetwood have got 2 and 3 players waiting. They've kept possession with Helm. He's moved it back to Broom on the right hand side. There's 2 in the penalty area, joined by now Patterson on the far side, but it was a low deflected cross, and Matete was able to mop things up, but it's come back to Broom. Another low ball in that's been missed by everybody, including the goalkeeper, who came diving out, and it's gone all the way through to the right side where it's Gethin Jones, the Bolton captain, that can keep Bolton in possession and escape the early scare. Yeah, I think the moment had gone when Broom slipped.
I mean, he did brilliantly to sort of regain his feet and actually put a cross in, but you know, the moment was there. As he broke into the box, that ball just needed to come right across the 6-yard box. There was 3 yellow shirts piling in on it. That would have ended up in the back of the net. Probably one of the best moments they've had, Fleetwood.
Switch of play by Collins, who drops off that front line to try and find Dacres-Cogley, but again he's miscontrolled. 3 or 4 times he's done that in the game. Dacres-Cogley almost lining up his next pass before he's got the ball under control.
Yeah, his athleticism's getting in some great positions, but like you say, he's just got to concentrate a little bit more when that ball's coming across to him.
Ball forward on the far side by Virtue, and it's into the centre circle, and it's out on the right hand side. Broom coming forward for Fleetwood. Gets his head down, runs on the outside, trying to get beyond Randall Williams, but he's stuck with him step by step there, and he plays the ball off Matete for a Fleetwood throw. 6 yards from the Bolton goal, right side. Comes out to Matty Virtue, the Fleetwood captain, formerly of Blackpool, back out to Broom on the right touchline. He's been forced further back towards the halfway line, and in the end he has to use defender Liam Shaw, who just ventures forward from that Fleetwood back 3. Comes into the centre of the Bolton half of the field. He looks to his left, he opens up his arms in frustration that there wasn't really a pass. He does find Broom, but his ball forward was easily intercepted on the edge of the area by the left wing back Randall Williams, and then Matete can break forward for Bolton, right of the centre circle, before it comes back into the Bolton back 3, and on the left hand side it's George Johnston. 5 minutes gone of the second half, live on TalkSport 2. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 0.
Yeah, this is better from Bolton, far more composed in what they're doing. They're almost sucking Fleetwood in as they commit bodies forward to press.
Oh, and Harrott's taken it from Williams, and he's closing on the edge of the box. He's gone for an early strike. Not sure if that just clipped the post on the way through as it fell wide. A mistake by Williams, pounced upon by Cian Harrott. 2 goals against Barrow in this competition, and fancied his chances just outside the box. A shot that was well hit by his left foot, but just caught the post and fell wide.
Yeah, starting as a minute to go on, to be fair. Fleetwood, that's been camped in this half, Bolton's half, to be honest with you. That's the best we've seen of Cian Harrott. Opened his body up, travelled with it 10-15 yards and just struck it beautifully. He just clipped the outside of the far near post, like you said. Good effort.
Cian Harrott on loan from Huddersfield. He's been at that club since the under-17 level when he joined from Barnsley. 22 years of age. He scored a goal in the 2022 League 2 playoff final. He was on loan with Port Vale. So he's had Wembley experience and wants to go back again, but he needs his side to at least draw level as Phoenix Patterson pulls one back, deflected, and they do score. Fleetwood, they're level. Ryan Graydon, 12 yards out, swept it left-footed, and it took a deflection off the stricken Bolton defender Forrester, and it's looped up over Nathan Baxter. And the perfect start to the second half of Fleetwood. They've drawn level. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, that's all about Phoenix Patterson's work on this left-hand side. Initially, when he gathers the ball, he takes it to the byline, twists and turns, opens his body up and plays the ball across. It deflects into Ryan Graydon's path, and it's a good finish, to be fair. Wrong foot's the keeper, he's absolutely no chance as it deflects in. Got a game in his hands now.
His 6th goal of the season. He's first in this competition, and he's ended a run of 8 games without a goal since a strike against Morecambe at the end of September. And live on TalkSport 2, we have a game on our hands. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1 in the Bristol Street Trophy. If it stays level, it's then all about that additional point, and whoever gets it from the penalty shootout would go through to the knockout stages. And it's a start that Fleetwood will have dreamt of, Neil.
Yeah, definitely. All of a sudden the stakes have got quite high. You know, it'd be interesting to see how it affects the players on the pitch now. Baxter,
the Bolton goalkeeper, who could do very little with the deflection. It's looped over him, and he's beaten 5 times at the weekend in the heavy defeat at Stockport.
Just to mention as well for youngster Sonny Sharples Ahmed in midfield, he's done really well. He's only young. He's playing alongside Jay Matete, and he's covered lots of ground, got his foot in, played simply. It's a good debut.
Been with the club since the under-8 age level as Matete shakes off the challenge that came in, and Bolton looking to break down the right-hand side, 10 yards inside the Fleetwood half before it has to come back to Gethin Jones. Right-footed ball forward. It's laid off by Dacres-Cogley. There's Bolton come down the right side. It's on the edge of the area with Collins. It's a left-footed ball into the feet of Adebayo. He takes it to the right-hand side, close to the byline, lays it back to Gethin Jones. His chip ball in, goes over everybody and comes through to this near side where it's George Johnston for Bolton on the attack, left side. Lovely turn by Lolas into the box, gets it onto his right foot on the byline. A shot that was aimed towards the near post, took a deflection off Broom, goes away for a Bolton corner. Bolton responding well.
Yeah, really good play by Bolton. Been really impressed with Lolas and Collins in midfield. Both of them look really lively, particularly Lolas when he's in possession. He's dribbling in and around the box, does really well there to fashion an angle, and just that left-footed cross is just deflected wide for a corner, but it looks a real handful.
A corner on the Bolton left-hand side will be taken by Randall Williams, out swinging from the left footer, headed away from the 6-yard area. It came to Collins, almost a mirror image, carbon copy, if you like, of the goal in the first half. Edge of the area, right-footed, took it first time this time, and it was well wide.
Yeah, high tariff that one, to be fair. It's dropping out of the sky. It's got to judge the flight of it and let it drop, and just drags it slightly.
55 minutes gone, live on TalkSport 2. Here at the Tough Sheet Community Stadium in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy Group D game. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1. A draw would take us to a penalty shootout to decide who gets the extra point and takes a place from this group with Aston Villa in the knockout stages. TalkSport, the home of the EFL and EFL action, coming your way on TalkSport 2, an exclusive commentary of Exeter versus Lincoln, 12:30 on Saturday. 3 o'clock, TalkSport 2 exclusive, Stockport versus Wrexham in League 1. And we've also got plenty of Women's Super League action over the weekend. Tottenham versus Arsenal, North London derby on TalkSport. 1:45 kick-off, 5:30 will be action from Chelsea and Manchester City, and on Sunday it's Everton versus Liverpool. Bolton forward down the right side into Collins, 6 yards out. It was a shot that was well blocked on that 6-yard line by young defender Finlay Potter, and Fleetwood will try and break here. There's a real chase on. It's one Fleetwood striker and it's the goal scorer. It's a foul against him. Ryan Graydon went between the two defenders. I felt he was pulled back as he was racing through on goal.
Yeah, and I'm not sure the referee is in a good position there to judge it, to be honest with you. He's a good 15-20 yards behind play. He's trying to keep up with it. Both quick players making their way back in, Gethin Jones getting back to cover, and Ryan Graydon sparking away all the way down the middle, but it's a clash of legs. Both players fall over and the referee gives a free kick to Bolton.
Ian Evatt was in the ear of the fourth official in the first half. Charlie Adam has taken that role after that decision. Fleetwood's goal scorer Ryan Graydon penalised. He thought he was the one that was fouled. Bolton in possession, 10 yards inside the Fleetwood half. Right side, their goal scorer is Aaron Collins. Lovely ball down the right of the penalty area where it's Adebayo, and he's teasing the Fleetwood defenders. The ball glued to his right boot as he takes it to the byline. He tees one up for Dacres-Cogley. He slipped as he sent it a right-footed cross. It's going to go all the way through and out on this near side, the Bolton left, for a Fleetwood throw. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, he's just lacked a little bit of quality, Josh Dacres-Cogley. That's 2 or 3 times he's got some really good positions. That's way over hit, right out at the back stick. It's gone out for a throw and it's that high. But again, Bolton measured in the build-up, looking to create and looking to build around the box. That final thing, though, just needs to be right. That final ball in, that final pass, final shot.
Dacres-Cogley, one of the more experienced players in the Bolton side tonight at 28 years of age. He was in the League One team of the season last season, and he's starting in all 3 of the Bristol Street Motors Trophy games so far in this campaign. Fleetwood have got themselves a free kick right of centre inside their own half. 58 minutes gone, Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, the referee, we've not seen much of the referee first half, and that's good refereeing for me. All of a sudden we've noticed him quite a little bit more, Mr. Belt, Elliot Belt.
Ball has gone back to Luke Hewitson, the Fleetwood goalkeeper, from the free kick, all in dark purple. It's a clearance through the centre of the field where it was a big leap from the goal scorer Graydon, but he's disappointed. Neither of his teammates either side of him. Patterson one side, Harrott the other, could make up the ground to latch on to the jump and the flick that he was able to deliver. And Bolton have the ball. Nathan Baxter is the goalkeeper is in a left centre back position, adjacent with his teammate.
If somebody slips in that back line as the ball's played, he can't get back, can he?
No chance. It's a move that might pay off, though. He's had a say in the move as it's gone down the right side, but Fleetwood will clear up the danger through Caden Hughes, who will use his goalkeeper, Luke Hewitson, 20-year-old, joined in the summer from Liverpool, making his Fleetwood debut this evening, with one goalkeeper on international duty and the other one on paternity leave this evening. It was Gethin Jones showing his experience there with a lovely turn on the edge of his own penalty area, bringing Bolton forward. On the near side, it's Lolas coming up to the halfway line, checks onto his right foot. It's a diagonal ball. He's got two to aim for on that far side, but Phoenix Patterson kept his eye firmly on the ball while the two Bolton players were making ground around him, and Patterson has carried the ball into the Bolton half, and still he's going the left wing back. He's trying to get beyond Gethin Jones, facing up to the corner flag on that far side. In the end, there was just too many players to beat, but he has managed to win his side of throw.
Yeah, that's brilliant work, to be fair, from Phoenix Patterson. He's travelled, a full 40 yards down that left-hand side, and it's took two Bolton players to shepherd him out, if you like, and give a throwing away. Real relief for his teammates.
There is a pause in play as the referee just has a word with Matete, who was strong in the challenge with Patterson on the far side. The throw-in will be left for the right wing back to go to the left side, Carl Johnston. He will lean up against the digital advertising boards over on the far side. He will wipe the ball in his shirt. There's clearly a long throw on the way. Harrod has made his way to the near post. Patterson is in there as well. It was his assist for the Fleetwood equaliser. It's gone in towards that near post, but there wasn't really the length on it to cause too many problems. Bolton try and break, but it's a play that's been broken up by Mark Helm midway inside that Bolton half, and it's still over on the far side in Bolton possession, just past the hour mark live on TalkSport 2. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1. Group D, Bristol Street Motors Trophy, where we're all square, and as things stand we'll go to a penalty shootout to decide who gets the extra point, and whoever gets that point will be through to the knockout stages of this competition that Bolton won just a couple of seasons ago, beating Plymouth at Wembley 4-0 in the 2023 final. Bolton took the lead here tonight, but Fleetwood equalised just after half-time. That'll be a foul. Matete dragging Fleetwood's goal scorer Ryan Graydon to the ground.
Yeah, he's played well tonight, Ryan Graydon. It's interesting, both him and Broom on the other side have started to really get an influence in this game.
Wasted free kick straight to the head of Gethin Jones. It was only really Harrod that was an option. Bolton have it in the back of their back three with Forrester. To the left it comes to Johnston. He comes to the halfway line, lays the ball off to Randall Williams. He delivers it to the feet, and the quick feet of Will Forrester, who gets beyond Harrod and then sends a ball out to the far side, the right side. It's Dacres Cogley bringing the ball under control, feeds it infield to Matete midway inside the Fleetwood half. Ball in towards Adebayo, but he was on his heels really, and it just allowed the defender to nip in front of him and take possession back as Fleetwood try and get the ball to the halfway line to Harrod. He was out-muscled by Forrester, and Bolton have it again with Lolos. He's literally been pushed by the Fleetwood defender Liam Shaw to the halfway line. Shaw racing back into position. Bolton have the ball on the halfway line.
Yeah, I have to say he does look really comfortable in possession, Lolos. And it's almost languid, his running style, but his touch is absolutely a dream. Difficult to dispossess.
Arrived in the summer from Crawley, was a League 2 playoff winner last season with Crawley. Decided to venture to League 1, not with the side he got promoted with, but with Bolton. Sensing the chance maybe to get towards the Championship. Bolton in 10th position, dropping out of the top 6 following their heavy defeat at Stockport at the weekend. Here's Collins, the goal scorer tonight, coming through the centre of the field, 30 yards out, still going, was looking for the layoff towards Adebayo, but that will go through to goalkeeper Luke Hewitson. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, made the fatal mistake there, Adebayo, where he just turned his back on his teammate as he was running through there. Collins, he's got to open his body up so he can see. He can almost signal with his body language where he wants the ball to go, but he doesn't. Gives Collins no chance of playing a pass.
It's another long ball from Hewitson, which Harrod will give chase to as it goes back to goalkeeper Nathan Baxter. The Bolton goalkeeper Broom will continue to close down the Bolton defenders who play it around the penalty area. Adebayo can bring it under control, but his layoff intercepted. Is this a chance for Fleetwood to come forward? It's Ryan Broom on the right side. 20 yards from the Bolton goal. It's with Johnson, the right wing back to Broom on the byline. Can try and ping in across. It's a floaty ball that Harrott took out the goalkeeper. Backs the left in a heap inside the goal. Free kick given. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1. 64 minutes gone. Live on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever going to get away with that, Cian Harrott. I mean, it's a decent little ball, to be fair, from Broom. He just hangs it up, but it's a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. And what he does is he tries to intimidate the goalkeeper, Harrott, by putting him and the ball in the back of the net, but the referee was Johnny on the spot. He's never going to give that.
Harrott hasn't started in the league during his loan spell from Huddersfield with Fleetwood. Did score, though, as a starter in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy victory, a 3-0 win against Barrow in the last game. Once more, Baxter is making up the numbers by coming, he's midway inside his own half as he receives the ball right-footed. He lays it to Johnston. The left centre-back is a left wing-back as he comes over the halfway line, close to the touchline. Down the line it goes to Randall Williams. The flag raised on the far side by the referee's assistant as we hit the 65th minutes of this Bristol Street Motors Trophy game. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, great defensive line from Fleetwood. Just as he was going to play that pass, they just stepped up. And as the ball gets played, he's fully offside. The Bolton striker, Adebayo.
Fleetwood going direct again there, Neil. That's been a feature of their play in the second half, whereas the first half it was anything but long.
Yeah, and I think what they've done is they've realised that, that there is a chance to get the runners in behind, this Bolton back line. It isn't as if they lack pace, but they play really high. It's a really high back line on the halfway line, if you like, at times.
Switch of play from 19-year-old Shuffles Ahmed, making his first Bolton start this evening after 2 substitute appearances in cup competitions. He receives it again inside the centre circle and he moves it left-footed to the near side to Bolton's number 6, George Johnston, before it comes back into Sonny Sharples Ahmed. Left side of the centre circle, under pressure but stays calm. And it's Johnston's ball that comes off Broom. It's a throw-in that's taken quickly by Williams. Then the left side, Collins just felt the hands of Liam Shaw in his back and took full advantage by going to the ground. A free kick in a really dangerous position for Bolton. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, very, very well described there, John. Exactly that. I'm not sure there was much weight in that push, but as soon as he felt his hand on his back, gave him the opportunity just to go down and win his tide a free kick. This is a free kick in a good position, by the way. It's almost like a tucked-in corner, if you like. It's a good 10 yards in from the corner flag, the left-hand side. It looks like Lolos that's looking to deliver it in. No, it's Randall Williams, sorry.
Liam Shaw giving the foul away. Made his first start for Fleetwood at the weekend. Starts again this evening, joined from Celtic on deadline day. Did have 3 years with the Sheffield Wednesday Academy. Free kick that Williams will take. As Neil said, not far from the byline on this near side, the Bolton left. It's a flicked header from a Fleetwood defender, comes out to the right side. It's Sharples Ahmed, tees it back to Dakers Cogley, a ball in from the right side that's inside the penalty area, but Fleetwood have got numbers. However, the clearance straight to Collins, left hand side, turns onto his right foot, a ball that's floated and hanging in the air and needed that header from Caden Hughes on the far side. It's not gone out though. Lolas has it. He's on the right side, close to the penalty area, lays it back to Sharples Ahmed. It comes back to Sharples Ahmed again. Brilliant feet. He's in the area right side, gives it back to Lolas. Low ball delivered in, drilled in, touched away by the goalkeeper Hewitson. Williams went down. Bolton looking for a penalty. It's all going on in and around the penalty area. Play continues. An interception from Patterson for Fleetwood and a chance to break for the visitors. It's Virtue. It's a direct ball. It's brilliantly controlled by Broom. And for a minute, Fleetwood had a man over. And coming down the left-hand side, it's a heavy touch. And that's allowed Gethin Jones to make the challenge on Mark Helm. And a promising move comes to an end.
Yeah, two real opportunities at both ends of the pitch. Did brilliantly there, Bolton, to fashion that chance. It's great play by the youngster, Sonny Sharples Ahmed. Quick feet in and around the box, played his teammate in. It's a good cutback. He's just looking at Adebayo, and if he's strong enough there in possession, they're shouting for a penalty and he does get tugged a little bit, but if he's a little bit stronger, I think he gets onto that and gets a shot at goal.
68 minutes gone, Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1. No changes for either side yet. In a game that whoever wins goes through. Right on cue, commentator's curse, we've got a change on the way. Whoever wins goes through. If it is a draw, then it's on the penalty shootout where an additional point is up for grabs, and that will see the winner go through. So the change sees Cian Harrott replaced. On comes Mipo Odebeko, former West Ham academy striker. Like for like change, but a different challenge up front that Fleetwood will try and deliver to that Bolton defence. Another Irish link, Dublin-born Odebeko, joined from Portuguese side Maritimo during the summer. Was in the academy of both Manchester City and Manchester United before he had 4 years with West Ham, where he did make 2 cup appearances. He was a starter for West Ham in an FA Cup game at Old Trafford. Remembered for a pretty horrendous miss, if you get time to check YouTube later. Fleetwood looking to break. A good challenge there from Dacres Cogley, the right wing back, having to drop into the centre of midfield. Fleetwood, sorry Neil.
So I just say, lots of yellow shirts up supporting that as well. The right touch and the right pass, I think would have got him in then.
Chance with Phoenix Patterson, who delivered the assist for the Fleetwood equaliser just after half-time, and a switch of play here. It brings Carl Johnson into play, the right wing-back, who doesn't get forward too often. It is left to Phoenix Patterson, the left wing-back, to do that, but on that occasion Johnston wearing 2, venturing forward. Fleetwood have it on the halfway line. We've had 70 minutes of this Bristol Street Motors Trophy Group D game live on TalkSport 2. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1. Fleetwood in possession on the halfway line. Ball will be played into Phoenix Patterson. Looks to turn in field, and then it's a sharp turn back out to the far touchline. First time for the substitute Odebeko, and he will receive it back here again. Lovely layoff, and a shot from distance was charged down, and it's fallen to the edge of the box, and the goal scorer of the first, Ryan Graydon, struck that one sweetly, but it was always rising. Bolton were claiming there was a foul inside the penalty area. Randall Williams had gone down, and that meant there was space for Graydon to get his shot away. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, I think the initial one from Odebeko was the one that was looked like it was going goal bound. But the ricochet that found its way to Ryan Graydon never really looked like that was going to trouble the goalkeeper. It's always going up.
Got an intriguing end to this game with 20 minutes of normal time remaining.
I just get the feeling at the beginning of the second half Bolton looked a little bit comfortable. You know, thought that 1-0 might just be enough, but they've shown some character here, Fleetwood.
Broom has loved getting forward from midfield, and he's driving forward again, and it was a pass that was looking to release teammates and goal scorer Ryan Graydon left of the penalty area. Another important interception. We've said that about both teams so far this evening. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1, 71 and a half minutes gone live on TalkSport 2. More commentaries on the way this week, particularly from an England perspective, where we've got commentary on Thursday night, 7:45 kick-off, Greece versus England. Saturday, 5 o'clock, it's England versus the Republic of Ireland.
I'm not sure that is a free kick. Just coming inside there, the Bolton player, Randall, Josh Dacres Cogley, the ball gets poked away from him.
Another change. Bolton will make their first change of the evening. John McAtee is coming on as a starter at the weekend in the defeat to Stockport. He wears number 45, the older brother of James McAtee, the Manchester City player. And it's Lolas who's come off, who has clearly caught your eye this evening, Neil.
Yeah, he's been excellent. I think he's done himself no harm at all, to be honest with you.
Probably a more attacking change. McAtee, a striker that often plays in that number 10 role. Maybe a signal that you're never keen to win this game and get it done and get through to the knockout stages. And the first touch for McAtee should be in the net, down the right side. Gethin Jones in the box, got to the byline, pulled it back. McAtee arriving 6 yards out, and he steered it over the bar. What an introduction that could have been.
Yeah, probably got to do a little bit better with that, I would have thought. I know he's fresh into it and it's his first touch, but if he gets his body over that and keeps it down, it gives the keeper a problem.
McAtee with 4 goals this season, including 1 in the 3-2 win at Barrow in this competition.
I just think from Ian Everett's point of view as well, after a 5-0 walloping at Stockport, he's not going to want to go out of this cup competition at home to a side that's in a lower tier. Wouldn't look well.
And having won it in 2023, he fancies chances of winning it once again. They got to the North quarter-final last season. The last time they failed to get out of the group is when they were in League 2 in 2020. As it comes to the edge of the Fleetwood area, but it's a a clearance. Fleetwood with numbers back means that's going to drop all the way through to George Johnston. 74 minutes gone, Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, they've just shown a little bit more intent and a little bit more menace, Fleetwood, this half, I think. Had a couple of little moments round the box.
Fleetwood have gone out at the group stage in just 3 of the last 12 seasons, so they're used to progressing as well, which really does set up such an intriguing end to this game. As a long ball to the edge of the Fleetwood area that's headed away by Shaw with McAtee close by. It will drop on the right side to Collins. He's dealt with by Phoenix Patterson on the Bolton right far touchline. Bolton forced all the way back to the halfway line where it's Forrester, and alongside him inside the centre circle is George Johnston. It's a chip ball towards Collins. It's another important header by Kane Hughes just inside the penalty area.
See, that drops in a really inviting position as well on the edge of the box. You'd be backing that up in midfield. That shot's at goal. Referee's got to deal with this, a little bit of a high challenge.
Forrester, I think, will be shown a yellow card for the high boots on Ryan Graydon, who from the first minute, in fairness, Ryan Graydon has been in the wars. He's been black and blue this evening.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he does like a challenge. He does like to get his body in. He likes to mix it, but I think, to be fair, the referee is warranted there by brandishing that yellow card. It is a yellow.
1 goal each, Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1, and 1 yellow card each. Forrester joining Caden Hughes in the referee's notebook. There is a pause as one of the Fleetwood defenders, Liam Short, needs some attention down to our left-hand side. The referee watching over him. The Fleetwood physio has come to tend to him. 4 of the Fleetwood players have come across to receive instruction from their manager, Charlie Adam. And with, 15 minutes of normal time to go, Neil, where's your money?
Yeah, I mean, look, they've shown a little bit more menace this half, Fleetwood, and they've looked like they can get in front of goal and score. I think from Bolton's point of view, they've just took the foot off the pedal. After that goal, they got themselves in front in the first half. They really took the game to Fleetwood. Thought they were the better side for 15-20 minutes. And I were expecting them to come out second half and really go to town on Fleetwood, but it hasn't happened. It's been quite the reverse, to be honest with you.
Over on Talk Sport from 10 o'clock this evening, it is the Sports Bar with Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Hara. Get your calls in now, 03717 223344. The same number will allow you to send them a WhatsApp voice note as well. And tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. on Talk Sport, the Talk Sport Breakfast with Ali McCoist and Troy Deeney. That's before we get into a packed week of live commentary on TalkSport Thursday evening, 7:45, Greece versus England. England back in action on Sunday, 5 o'clock kickoff from Wembley against the Republic of Ireland. And then on Saturday, you don't need to move too far for live coverage across the WSL and the EFL. Exeter versus Lincoln at 12:30. At 1:45, it's the North London derby in the WSL. Spurs versus Arsenal at 3 o'clock on TalkSport 2. It's Stockport versus Wrexham. And stay on TalkSport 2 for Chelsea versus Manchester City in the WSL. WSL action continues at 3 o'clock on Sunday from Goodison Park. Everton versus Liverpool. We are back underway. Shaw is past fit and Bolton have possession here at the Tough Sheet Community Stadium in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy Group D game. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, good play by Adebayo, yeah. Got his body in, got his body in the way, forced the foul. Just a sub on as well for Fleetwood. Potter's gone off, Finlay Potter's gone off, and James Bolton's come on at centre-back. I think it was that challenge earlier on that's found it harder to continue.
Bolton a starter in the week as Fleetwood sending a cross, an in-swinging cross from Phoenix Patterson that's gone all the way through for a goal kick. James Bolton, 30 years of age, Staffordshire born, came from St Mirren in the summer, was a EFL Trophy runner-up twice in his career with Shrewsbury and with Portsmouth. He was part of the Plymouth squad in the 2023 final that lost to Bolton but wasn't selected, so hasn't quite made it a hat-trick of defeats just yet in this competition.
It's interesting that Ian Everett's brought an attacking option on McAtee, and Charlie Adams gone for a defensive option in James Bolton to try and bolster his backline, a more experienced player.
As we go into the final, or towards the final 10 minutes live on TalkSport 2, the winner of this game will go through to the knockout stages. If it is a draw, as it is with all games in this competition, we go to a penalty shootout to decide who gets 2 points rather than the 1. And it's whoever wins that shootout will join Aston Villa from this group in the knockout stages. Those games will be played week commencing the 9th of December. The final of this competition at Wembley in April. These sides make it that far. Ball on the far side was aimed towards Dacres Cogley. Final touch was off Phoenix Patterson, so it will be a Bolton throw on the halfway line. Dacres Cogley takes it quickly once more. Bolton goalkeeper Nathan Baxter comes a long way from goal to offer an extra man in the Bolton defence to try and start the move. It's with Johnston though, and it's a ball down the left channel, the near side for Bolton. A late challenge, but play continues. It will be another Bolton throw, this time on the left. It's taken quickly, and it's fallen for McAtee. Oh, it's a brilliant strike and another fantastic save, and then an even better sliding block over on the far side. Hewitton with 2 world-class saves in this game. This one from McAtee, a massive deflection, and even though he's still diving to his right, somehow he adjusts his leg to kick the ball to safety. It was rolling towards the post, and then the Fleetwood defender Hughes slid in to block the incoming effort. That is fantastic.
Unbelievable. They're 2 unbelievable moments for the young keeper. He'll remember this game for the rest of his life.
And he's the third choice. Corner in swinging. Hewitton claims at his near post. Good Brilliant goalkeeping.
Yeah. And I tell you what, his mate backed him up as well. Caden Hughes made sure that his fantastic save wasn't in vain. There was a white shirt homing in on that second phase, but they cleared really well there, Fleetwood.
A night to remember for the 20-year-old goalkeeper. It will become even more memorable if Fleetwood could make it through to the knockout stages. Speaking of knocking, he'll be knocking on Charlie Adams' door saying, move me from 3 to first choice with this performance.
He's kept his team in it.
Odebeko, the substitute, brilliant ball through, it's Graydon, edge of the box, was closed down, got his shot away, and it's Nathan Baxter called into duty, the Bolton goalkeeper, to palm the ball away for a Fleetwood corner, end-to-end stuff. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, another good save there from Nathan Baxter. Wasn't the pace or menace in that strike from Graydon, but it's on target. It's going in the corner, he's got to save it.
Graydon scored the Fleetwood equaliser just after half-time. We've got 9 minutes of normal time here, live on TalkSport 2. It's the Bristol Street Motors Trophy game. It's a Fleetwood corner, and Odebeko 6 yards out. Should have done better. Wasn't quite a free header, but it wasn't far off it. But his header was straight over the bar. Yeah,
I think he was waiting for the challenge to come, and it never happened. He's got to do a little bit better with that, I think, Odebeko, because it's a great ball in, and it finds him right in the middle of the goal. If he just steadies himself and braces himself, puts that on target, I think the goalkeeper's got absolutely no chance. Nathan Baxter.
Odebeko, a goal scorer against Villa in the 3-2 defeat at Highbury earlier in this competition. That was as a substitute as well. Nearly repeated the trick as we go into the closing stages, live on TalkSport 2. It's Bolton 1, it's Fleetwood 1. It's a Fleetwood free kick down to the left-hand side, inside their own half of the field, with Bolton striker Adebayo giving the free kick away for a foul on young defender Caden Hughes.
Yeah, he did well there, to be fair, because he matched him stride for stride, got his body in and forced the foul. It's good defending.
Flick on will drop here to Odebeko inside the centre circle. Missed by Broom, but it will be helped out by Carl Johnston, just moving in from the right touchline close to the centre circle to keep his side in possession. It's Matty Virtue just inside his own half of the field, constantly demanding the ball, the former Blackpool midfielder, and he manages to find room for Johnston on this right side on the halfway line. He wanted Odebeko to make a diagonal run, but he wasn't quite willing, the striker, and it meant that Johnston's ball is back in Bolton possession. 83 minutes gone. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1. Live on TalkSport 2. A tussle close to the edge of the Bolton Fleetwood penalty area. It's not a free kick, and it's Matete. The ball has run kindly in his favour. 25 yards out to the right. It's Dacres Cogley, and it's a poor cross. He's not had the best of night, Dacres Cogley.
I don't know how many times he's got in that position and done that. I mean, that's really wasteful. Again, great position to find himself in. At times his runs really, really well, but his actual final ball in has been atrocious, to be honest with you.
That is the voice of the former Leeds United manager Neil Redfern here at the Tough Shit Community Stadium for this Bristol Street Motors Trophy group game. It's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1. with 83 and a half minutes gone. The team's finally poised. One of them will make it through to the knockout stages. Aaron Connolly's Bolton cross from the left side is touched away by Phoenix Patterson, and he's proved already he's got the pace to carry the ball forward, and he does so here over the halfway line. Left hand side for Fleetwood, checks in field. He's given possession away. Matete took that from him far too easily. The strength of the on-loan Sunderland midfielder paying the price there as Sonny Sharples. Ahmed has it for Bolton just inside his own half of the field.
Yeah, he just looked a little bit tired there, to be fair to him. Made a great challenge, Phoenix Patterson. And you're looking at him there, you're thinking, go on, keep going. You could see the white shirts just chasing him down, but he's had a good game tonight, to be fair. He's been in all the thick of the good stuff for Fleetwood.
Closing into the 85th minute, Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1. As Bolton had possession inside their own half of the field, it's with Will Forrester, experienced defender, born in Staffordshire in his second season since joining from Port Vale. Had a spell with the Stoke Academy, his local club. As Bolton had possession with George Johnson. The left centre-back is on the halfway line, close to the left touchline before he goes back to Forrester. Matete drops deep, collects it just inside his own half, moves it to the right, and it's Gethin Jones, the right centre-back, who's midway inside the Fleetwood half. Looks infield. Matete has made his way forward to join him. This is McAtee, who's had two great opportunities since coming off the bench for Bolton. Down the right byline, cross comes in, an acrobatic effort from Randall Williams. He had his back to goal, and he's off the ground, Erling Haaland-esque, if you remember his Champions League goal not too many weeks ago, and he's flicked it goalwards, but a comfortable save for Luke Hewitson.
Yeah, it's really acrobatic. He just couldn't get the power in it, to be fair, to go past Luke Hewitson. The young goalkeeper's growing in confidence, looked really confident taking that one.
Williams, who scored here in a 2-1 win against Burton in mid-October, was a winner in this competition with Bolton in 2023. Free kick on the halfway line. Matete wanted to take quickly, but Oda Beko is stood in his way. And to the right of the centre circle, it comes to the left side. 86 minutes gone. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1. We're closing in on a decisive penalty shootout as things stand.
Well, I don't want to put the jinx on anything, but how this young goalkeeper's playing at this moment, he'll be wanting penalties, I would have thought.
That would be just top off the most perfect of nights for him. Luke Hewitson has made, without any exaggeration, 2 world-class saves on his Fleetwood debut. The third choice goalkeeper, only playing because first choice goalkeeper is on international duty with Wales, and Jay Lynch, who would have played second choice goalkeeper, saw his second child born earlier today and has been given leave to celebrate that joyous occasion.
I wonder if he'll play him tomorrow night in the Youth Cup.
Yeah, Friday night they're in the FA Youth Cup. Fleetwood, they got quite a distance last season. I think they ended up getting beat by Manchester City, so it was quite a run that they were on. Does mean a few of their younger players haven't been used this evening. Luke Hewitson has, and he's been outstanding. Closing stages. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1, live on TalkSport 2. Bolton have it in their own half of the field for the moment. Ball up to the halfway line. McAtee doesn't hold on to possession, and it's a chance for Fleetwood to come forward with Liam Shaw, one of the back three, who's found Bloom right of the box. Dummies across, takes his time, has it on the byline, does still have the option of Shaw that's joined him on this latest attack, and it's Shaw again, the defender sends him across, headed out to Broom, corner of the penalty area. He's just been forced slightly further out. At the moment he's facing towards his own goal rather than the Bolton goal. Fleetwood have kept possession really well, and it's with Liam Shaw, tries to shake off the challenge of McAtee. He wins his side of throw 20 yards from the Bolton goal. Yeah, good battling, good competing there from both players. Really warming up now for the last exchanges of this game. 2 minutes of normal time remaining. Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1. Carl Johnson, the Fleetwood right wing back, will put the ball into his jersey to dry it off. Once again he'll lean on the advertising hoardings on this near side of the ground. The Cod Army, the army of Fleetwood supporters, watching on in hope that Fleetwood can grab a late winner. Broom's cross from the throw, it's come back to Johnson after the cross was blocked. A near post header by Graydon. He's wide of the target as he was aiming to sneak one in that near post. And as we go into the final 20 seconds of normal time, it's Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, I just don't think there was the purchase on the ball in for Graydon to try and steer that with any sort of power on target, but he's looked a real menace tonight up front. Got his goal, played well.
There's only McAtee up there for Bolton as it was a long clearance from Nathan Baxter. It's won back by Matty Virtue in the bright yellow shirts of Fleetwood. A goal now sends either of these two into the knockout stages. It's a quick throw. It's McAtee. He sends it an early right-footed cross. It's headed away inside the 6-yard area by the substitute James Bolton. Speaking of Bolton, the home side have it on the far side. Matete on the right touchline, 20 yards from the Fleetwood goal. It comes back towards the halfway line with Forrester. Bolton looking to build down their right side, the far side, as we look here at the Tough Shit Community Stadium. Last knock-ins as we try and get a view of the fourth official to tell us what added time we'll have. There wasn't any in the first half. There's only been a couple of substitutions in the second, so there certainly won't be a lot of time. Here is the 19-year-old Sonny Sharples Ahmed for Bolton. Halfway line to the left-hand side. Ball played into the feet of Collins. Then it goes through to Adebayo. Right-hand side, it's moved out to Dacres Cogley. Could this be the defining moment? A cross that comes in. It's flicked off at the near post. Bolton still have it on the left as we go into 3 additional minutes. A roar from the home crowd as Sharples Ahmed sends it in, and Collins has scored it in the last minute to seal Bolton's place in the knockout stages. It was Sharples Ahmed's cross. It was Dacres Cogley a header down on the far post, and Collins was in all the room you could imagine to steer it home from just a yard out. And Fleetwood will lose this one at the death, and Bolton will progress to the knockout stages of the Bristol Street Motors Trophy.
I tell you what a ball from Sonny Sharples Ahmed to find his teammate at the far post. It's an absolutely fantastic pick out. I mean, he's on the angle, he's got it all to do. It's almost 30 yards crossfield right across the penalty area, and he picks the overlapping Cogley out, and he heads the ball back across the goal. And he's there again, Collins. He's had a great game tonight. Both goals, fantastic finish. A little bit harsh on Fleetwood, perhaps. You know, they've been in this game for long spells, and they've threatened to win it at the death, but you know, what a great spot. The pass for me was absolutely top draw.
Fleetwood players with their hands on their heads when that nestled into the back of the net. 2 goals on the evening for Aaron Collins. Goals number 4 and 5 for the season. Unless Fleetwood can do something dramatic in injury time at the end of this game, then they will bow out of the competition at the group stage, and Bolton will progress to the knockout stages. One last chance maybe for Fleetwood as Liam Shaw, the centre-back, comes forward down the right. 30 yards from the Bolton goal. There's 3 on this near side. They're looking for the ball in field to Bloom. It's Virtue who clears it back towards the edge of the box. Odebeko chases Gethin. Jones with a clearance anywhere will do for Bolton. And now it's with Collins, and he will try and keep possession, but he's given it to Liam Shaw on the halfway line. Is there one more chance for Fleetwood? League 2 trailing to League 1, but you haven't seen that gulf of class between the two sides. Heavy touch from Odebeko. Goal kick to Bolton.
Yeah, they'll take the time now, Bolton. They're going to find it hard now to try and regain it. I would have thought they won't play out from the back here. This is just going to go up the pitch. You know, 30 seconds to go of extra time.
I was looking forward to a penalty shootout.
I bet the young keeper was.
Yeah. 2 world-class saves from the debutant Luke Hewitson. Couldn't do anything with the goal that Aaron Collins has scored in injury time to make it Bolton 2, Fleetwood 1.
Yeah, he's been impressive, Annie Collins, I think. Been a standout player for Bolton for me tonight.
Someone needs to tell the scoreboard operator he's still showing Bolton 1, Fleetwood 1 at the minute, as we do hit the 93rd minute, which was all that was added at the end of this game. Fleetwood looking shell-shocked after doing so much, and a draw would have taken them to the penalty shootout, which had they won it, it would have taken them through. As it stands, they bow out, and Bolton just seconds away from progressing to the knockout stages of a competition they've won twice in their history. Nathan Baxter, the Bolton goalkeeper, clearing high and long through the centre of the field, falls to Sonny Chappell's Ahmed inside the centre circle. Maybe there is one more time for Fleetwood to come forward. It's Carl Johnston just inside the Bolton half. The right wing back is invited to come forward. Lovely ball to Graydon, right of the box. A cross that he's blocked. Has that gone for a corner? All eyes on the referee's assistant. He agrees. Well, this would be a moment. Get the goalkeeper up. 2 world-class saves. Can he go and get an equaliser? He's pointing at the bench.
You've got to fancy him, haven't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't even ask. I'd just be going up. There's no point in asking. Nothing to lose. Phoenix Patterson places the ball at the quadrant. The goalkeeper has stayed back. Everyone else is inside the penalty area. Patterson's corner. There's a header. It's going to be cleared almost off the line, and it will be another corner. Now he's got to go forward, hasn't he?
Looking at Ian Everett now with the 4th official.
He's going. He's been given the nod. Yeah. Everybody is inside the 18-yard area that Fleetwood have a corner.
If I was Phoenix Patterson, I'd just aim for him.
Right-footed. Patterson. It's towards the goalkeeper. Gethin Jones got there first for Bolton. There's the full-time whistle. Bolton Wanderers win this Bristol Street Motors Trophy game by 2 goals to 1.